Hello there. Welcome to today's video. We're going to be watching Game of Thrones Season 2, Episode 8. The last episode was insane. I quite enjoyed it quite a lot. Couple of feedbacks I got. Gus and I were talking a little bit. He said, remember that Game of Thrones, it's got a magic element, especially since the dragons came back. Also, Yunin, is that how you say it? Yunin said, had some good feedback. He thought it was a little bit hard on Catelyn Stark, which, I was. I'm also under the impression that she killed Jaime Lannister. But considering some of the comments I've got, nobody spoiled me, but they kind of are confused as to why I think Jaime Lannister is dead. So maybe he's not dead. As far as the two Stark boys, I don't know. Maybe they are really dead, but that seems a little brutal. So I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. But they also, everybody was mentioning about the dragons and the magic and all that. So I forget who said it. I think it might have been Gus that said the warlocks, the sorcerers, House of the Undying, they could only do parlor tricks until they were feeding off of dragon magic. So that's very interesting. But I appreciate the feedback and the comments and the kind of back and forth we've been having. Leave a like if you're excited, if you're looking forward to today's episode. I am. I'm looking forward to it. I don't know. I would imagine it'll be a little bit more of a chiller episode than episode 7. I don't know. I don't know if I can handle much more than episode 7, but let's just jump into it and see what's going to happen. Here we go.
It's the Prince of Winterfell.
They seem less than impressed by Mr. Greyjoy, Lord Greyjoy. They just don't seem very impressed with him. Nobody does. Let's see what happens.
They made me a promise.
Your little boy prisoners made you a promise and you got mad when they broke it. Are you the dumbest cunt alive?
Don't call me
A cunt. A dumb cunt who killed the only two Starks in Winterfell. You know how valuable those boys were.
Yeah, she's got a good point. I can't believe, I guess he actually killed them. That's pretty incredible. Gus was pointing out, it was more Greyjoy, it was more his men than Greyjoy, but still, he was in charge and he let it happen. Who's to say, they didn't assume they wanted him dead. From what he was saying about them. So, yeah, good for you. You killed a bunch of little kids. I don't think that makes you a great man. Man, that's crazy. I can't believe he killed the Starks. I wonder what he did with the other two, though. Did he kill them too? We haven't heard about them, the people that helped the Starks escape. So, I don't know.
Bawling all the time, never sleeping. And one night you just wouldn't shut up, screaming like a dying pig. I walked over to your crib, I looked down at you. I wanted to strangle you. And you looked up at me and you stopped screaming. You smiled at me. Don't die so far from the sea.
Interesting. Very interesting. I wouldn't want to go back to my dad with the way, your dad treats you as far as, pretends you're not important, or maybe you aren't important to your dad. I don't know. The thing about taking Winterfell, yeah, he only had 20 men, but it wasn't it wasn't well protected by any means. They sent most of their men or I don't know about most, but they sent a lot of men to the other place that Greyjoy took over first, or I thought it was Greyjoy that took it over. So I don't know. I mean, yeah, you took over Winterfell, but so what? I mean, I get it. It's a big deal, like as far as like the Starks are concerned. It is, the northern area, but like, what did you gain from it besides killing Starks, and now your head is wanted? Like, people just want to kill you. So I don't know. Interesting what will happen to him. So they didn't kill Jon Snow. Very interesting. We'll have to see what they're going to do with him. But I was told I was a little hard on Jon Snow too. He's a young man kind of thing. But, man, I mean, you got to... come on. Let yourself get captured. I realized once they were all there was nothing he could do. But it was one-on-one for days, potentially. At least one day or day and a half because, they slept that night. But... I don't know. Let's see what he does now that he's got himself in this mess.
Of Winterfell, Ned Stark's son. Mance will want him.
What does Mance want with a dead man's bastard?
I don't know. Think he'll want to decide for himself.
So who is this guy? I've never seen him. Hard to tell if I've seen him before too because of the mask, but I'd assume he's their leader, presumably by the way he's making the calls about gutting Jon Snow. It's interesting that she doesn't want him dead. I would imagine she just wants to pay him the respect he paid her by not killing him, as he didn't kill her. I don't know if there's more to it than that. I mean, maybe she likes the guy, but, I don't know if that's going to go anywhere. Can't really, with Jon Snow's commitment to the wall, the Knights of the Wall. So, I don't know. Interesting characters here.
We're even now, Jon Snow.
Yeah, I figured that's what that was about. Yeah, I mean, he definitely could have killed her a couple times. So, I mean, it might have gone better if he did. I don't know.
He died because of me. See that it wasn't for nothing.
Come on your feet.
Yeah, well, there you have it. What's up, Jumbles? You want to say hi? He's got a lot of pressure on his head now. See that they didn't die in vain for nothing. I don't know. I mean, we'll see what he can do. I mean, he can't do much as a captive. You're not Jaime Lannister. Speaking of,
Is she beautiful?
no, it's not Jaime Lannister.
I've never met her. He told me he woke with fear in the morning and went to bed with fear in the night. I didn't believe him. I asked him, how can a man be brave if he's afraid? And that is the only time a man can be brave, he told me.
I wish I could have met him.
That's meaningful. Only time you can be brave is when you're afraid. Yeah, I mean, it's a lot of times it's logical to be afraid. You just got to work through the fears, still be able to, do great things while you're afraid. But yeah, alas, I mean, look where it got him. He's dead. So hopefully Robb doesn't have the same downfalls as his father with death.
The Kingslayer. He escaped in the night.
How? How? Tell me this isn't true.
Oh, jeez. So she did let him go. I thought, come on. I mean, that's better than killing him, I guess. But, like, you didn't even go with him? You think he's going to hold up any kind of bargain just by releasing him? Yeah, I mean, there you have it. Like, what good is going to come from it? You know, the Lannisters they don't seem like the most upstanding, honest people. So you're just going to release them? Try releasing all the other people instead. Keep him. You know, what's done is done. We'll see how King Rob feels about it. Obviously not very happy.
Grief for your sons, my lord.
I don't want your grief. I want my vengeance. And you stole it from me.
He's got a valid point.
Killing Jaime Lannister would not buy life for your children. But returning him to King's Landing may buy life for mine.
Jaime Lannister has played you for a fool. You've weakened our position. You brought discord into our camp. And you did it all behind my back. Make sure she's guarded day and night.
Rob!
How many men did we send in pursuit of the Kingslayer?
40, Your Grace.
Send another 40. With our fastest horses.
Rob!
What an idiot. I thought for sure she would have at least gone with him. You know, taken her knight with her, the Lady Knight. At least done that. Kept him chained up. But no, she just flat out releases him. I'm sorry, that's funny. Like, that's so stupid. Like, how can you be so stupid? Like, and I get it. I was hard on her, but this was a terrible plan. You know, you can't, like, it's like if I had a candy bar, right? And you had another candy bar. And I really wanted your candy bar, and so I offered to trade you. But instead of trading you, I just gave you the other candy bar and expected you to do something in return. Like, no, then you have 2 candy bars. I know you guys will flame me for making that, but it's stupid. Stupid. Maybe I wasn't hard on her enough. I mean, at least she didn't kill him, but she was played. She's not getting her daughters back for that. I don't know. I don't know. I mean, I guess she was just thinking, you know, that's the only way. But, like, she should have, at the very least, taken Jaime Lannister to them to trade. Like, you don't just release them and expect to get someone released in return. Doesn't work like that in war. It'd be nice if it worked that way, but it doesn't. Oh, well, this is better than I expected. Okay. All right. Well, she at least did that. She at least did that. I swore, but from the sounds of it, it sounds like she just like, here's a horse, you know. Here's your sword back. Have at it. That makes sense. At least she sent someone with him. So she at least thought that through. That makes a lot more sense. I can give her a little bit more credit. Yeah, I still though, not really the most brilliant plan. I mean, I assume they're heading towards the castle, but the thing is, as great as this knight is, I mean, she can get overpowered, so she's on a death mission. I guess her only thing she can do is threaten to kill him if they kill her. But you know, the moment you give him up, you don't have anything. So yeah, she's on a death mission.
You're so confident. Unlock my chains. Let's see what happens.
Do you take me for an idiot?
I took you for a fighter. A man of pardon. Woman of honor. Was I wrong? You're afraid.
Maybe one day we'll find out, Kingslayer.
Well, yeah, she's on a death mission, guys. I don't think this is going to end well for her. Jaime Lannister, I mean, good for him. You know, he survived the night, and he's going back to his home to see his lovely wife, who happens to be his sister. I'm sorry. I don't know why I'm a little giddy today. But yeah, let's continue onward. Yeah, I mean, it's been good so far. Yeah, I don't know what's gonna happen. There's a lot that happened last episode. I really want to see what's left of the 13, the House of the Undying. I want to get back there, but let's continue.
We'll ride at nightfall. I want a full night's march before he knows we're on the move. Clegane, you'll maintain a garrison here at Harrenhal. Track down this Brotherhood and destroy them.
Interesting. Well, they're not waiting for the war to come to them. They're going to the war. Very interesting. Arya, I feel like she's going to try and let them know somehow, but I don't know how she's going to do that. But, yeah. We shall see what happens, I guess. I imagine a lot of people are going to die. So, as long as Arya doesn't die. I don't want Sansa to die either. I'd like to see King Joffrey die. That would be fun. Well, I probably can't play any of that because of the music, but I would imagine that she wanted him to kill somebody. I just don't know who she was going to request for him to kill. Potentially Tywin? Lord Tywin? Potentially? Lannister's father? I mean, maybe that's who she was wanting him to kill. I don't know if that would do much good. Especially because they're riding out. I mean, I don't know. Would that change the orders any? But, very interesting. I mean, we might have a big conflict coming up. Two armies colliding. Be interesting to see what happens. The Lannisters, I mean, they have lost thus far the battles, but they have not lost the war. Thankfully, he didn't figure out who Arya was. That kind of surprises me. I thought he would have figured it out, but maybe he doesn't. I mean, I guess he's never seen Arya before. I figured he was going to figure it out just with how much information she was giving about her knowledge with history and stuff. I just figured he'd somehow figure something out. We haven't seen... where is he? As soon as I see it all... Yeah, Lord Baelish. We haven't seen Lord Baelish in a while. I wonder what he's up to. Yeah, I mean, he's the only one that really knows where Arya is. I'm still not sure, you know, what they expect by sending the Kingslayer back to King's Landing. I really don't know what good they expect to come of that. I mean, obviously the idea is to get your daughters back, but I mean, Sansa is stuck. Like, that's going to be the king's wife. It's the king's girl. Like, she's not going anywhere. Arya, you don't even know where she's at. And then, I mean, it really does appear that Bran and Rickon are dead, which I just didn't believe it. I mean, partly maybe I didn't want to believe it, but I just didn't, like, it just seemed idiotic to kill them. I mean, they're just children, but I guess they're dead. Which, again, you know, as soon as that news goes to pass, you know, that Greyjoy killed them, I won't be too too much longer before he dies. I mean, if he goes back to his king's islands, then he'll be fine. But if he stays where he's at, I mean, they already sent men after him, or to not King's Landing, but to Winterfell. So I don't know. There's a lot of tactics going on. It looks like we're back in the north, so we'll see what's going to happen with them, if anything. It's just there's a lot of moving parts to this show. A lot of stuff's going on. I've never been great at chess, but this is very, very much like chess. You know, I mean, it's war. It's strategic. That's what I'm looking for. It's not chess. It's just strategic. You know, there's a lot to think about and a lot of moving parts.
He's not yours to kill, Crow.
Yeah, I don't know that they're gonna trust John. I mean, potentially, maybe. Yeah, I don't know. Good. We're back with the Imp. I like the Imp. He is fun. He makes this show entertaining. The rest of the cast, I mean, it's just high stress environments, you know? Stressful stuff going on. Good actors, though. But the Imp, I like the Imp.
Do you have to do that here?
I like to keep my hands clean.
Yes, but do you have to do it here? You should start wearing the gold cloak.
I don't want to wear a gold cloak.
You're commander of the city watch. You shouldn't be dressed like a common
The cloak
sellsword.
slows you down in a fight. Makes it hard to move quietly. And the gold catches the light, so you're nice and easy to spot at night.
Well, you're not sneaking through alleyways any longer. You're supposed to stand out.
We had a deal, and wearing a gold cloak wasn't part of it.
Fine, fine. No gold cloak.
I like these two. These two are great. He's right, though. It's kind of like superheroes with capes. No capes. No gold cloaks. He's got a good point. Does make you stand out.
The thieves, they love a siege. Soon as the gates are sealed, they steal all the food. By the time it's all over, they're the richest men in town.
Given the circumstances, my lord, I believe extreme measures are warranted.
Yeah. Yeah. Nobody wants a thief anyways. Yeah. See, this guy's got some brains to him. Is he going back to cleaning his nails?
Ah, the great sieges of Westeros. Thrilling subject.
We don't have that many men either.
What do we have?
Pig shit.
You're gonna throw pig shit? Okay. I don't know if that's gonna do much, but I mean, it'll gross them out, I guess, if you throw enough of it. How many pigs do you have left, though? They can't be shitting that much if you're running low on food. That's bad. You're running low on food already, and the wars are just heating up, and also the winter is coming. So I don't know where you're planning to get all this food from, but yeah, it's not good. Not good for King Joffrey.
Look. If you find something you're not supposed to, best thing to do is pretend you've never seen it.
That's a Night's Watch cloak. It's been here a long time.
Oh, must be dragon glass.
Dragon glass?
Most just call it obsidian.
Why would a brother hide it here?
Fascinating. Fascinating stuff. I like that Sam is very confident in John's abilities. Doesn't know he got captured. Very fascinating, interesting thing they found, though. Dragon glass, obsidian. Wonder if it's going to do you any good. I don't know that it's going to do much use. Maybe. Yeah, I don't know.
The time is not.
He's taking his army to attack my brother. I need him dead right now.
This a man cannot do.
You promised you'd help me.
Help was not promised, lovely girl. Only death.
Yeah. So is she telling him, Tywin Lannister, to kill him? He's got a good point, though. I like this guy. Yeah, I wonder, I mean, he's done good on the promises thus far. 2 dead, 1 to go. It's a dangerous game to be playing with people's lives like that. Dangerous game for all involved, including the ones dying.
If you help me and my friends escape.
This would require more than one life. This is not part of our bargain.
Fine. Jack and Hagar.
A girl lacks honor.
Wow. Smart. Very smart, Arya. But, wow. Very smart. See what happens. I mean, it would be great if they could escape. I don't know where they'd go.
I hear Joffrey plans on fighting.
An inspiration for the troops. The young king in his shining armor, fighting to defend the capital against the wicked old rebel.
He's only a boy.
Younger boys are off fighting his war.
He's not ready.
What is he, 17? Remember Jaime at 17?
Of course she does. Oh, man. He's not ready. Well, too bad. He's the freaking king. What do you mean? It's a mom for you. I don't know. I mean, he could be 25 and she could still say he's not ready. So Arya, though, I hope she does escape and hopefully she doesn't die. But yeah, interesting. The war is coming. King Joffrey. He can't fight. I'm sure he can't fight at all. Yeah, I don't think King Joffrey would be much of a good fighter.
Because he doesn't have a cock.
Neither do you.
Perhaps I'm dangerous too.
Yeah, I mean, I always thought so. You didn't help Ned Stark out. I mean, you did try, though. You did try. She didn't want him dead because she knew his value. But really, I agree with the imp. You really just need to let King Joffrey go fight. Set it up in a way where he is out there fighting, but far enough away from everything else that he's not going to get hurt. I mean, it's a dangerous game, but I don't know. I mean, knowing the men there, they probably would fight even if he was hiding somewhere. But it only seems right that he goes out and fight, to be honest. So, I don't know. I'm excited to see some battles, hopefully. Fingers crossed. That would be nice to see some action.
Pretty thing, your whore. Lovely body. The bruises will heal in time.
Where did you find her?
Varys isn't the only one who hears whispers. Really, a Lannister lion necklace.
Man. Yeah. She's happy to be torturing someone that he likes. Potentially loves. I do not like her. I do not like her one bit. I don't know. It's interesting though that she can be so close to one brother, like too close, like not okay close, and then she treats the imp poorly. But I guess he doesn't treat her very well either. They had a moment though, where she was crying and he kind of comforted her, or at least didn't leave right away. I don't know. But no, of course, the moment she finds something to hurt him with, she does. I get it. He sent her daughter away. Boo-hoo. But he's probably right. She would be safer away. So, well, this makes things interesting. I don't know how he's going to react. Hopefully he can still remain smart, even with, someone he likes and potentially loves being captured. So, we'll see.
And how do I know you haven't killed her already?
You'd like to see her? I thought you might. Sir Mandan, bring in my brother's whore.
So, I don't know. I mean, maybe it's something about being a parent. She seems to care a lot about her son, King Joffrey. I mean, I guess he's just as evil as she is, but he's worse, Like, it's just interesting that, I mean, maybe it's a parent thing. I don't know. Any parents out there? Is that how you feel about your kid, even when your kid's being a shithead? Like, it doesn't matter. They're still your kid. I guess that would make sense, but yeah, I don't know. I don't know. King Joffrey doesn't deserve her to be protecting him that way. It's not her. Nice. Play it off. Play it off, man. Be upset. Be devastated. Play it off. It's not her. I like it. Play it off, man. Come on. I'm rooting for you, imp.
I will hurt you for this. A day will come when you think you're safe and happy, and your joy will turn to ashes in your mouth. And you will know the debt is paid.
Get out.
Man. That's not her, though. That's exciting. That's awesome. But, yeah, I mean, hopefully she believes him. I don't know. I mean, that seemed somewhat genuine, I guess. Jeez. Man.
Any Ironborn who surrender will be allowed to return safely to their homes.
A touch of mercy is a virtue, Your Grace. Too much?
Any Ironborn, with the exception of Theon Greyjoy. He betrayed our cause. He betrayed me. We will hunt him down no matter where he runs.
I expect his countrymen will turn on him the minute they hear the offer.
Your pardon.
So, yeah. I don't know. Guys. Like I said, I'm not very strategic, right? So I don't know if this is a good plan. He is going after this thinking that his brothers are alive when they're not. So that does make it a lot more challenging. I see why he doesn't want to just, run in guns a-blazing. Obviously not guns, but swords a-swinging. You know what I mean? Like, I get that. But unfortunately, I mean, his brothers are dead. I mean, hopefully somehow he gets word of that so then he knows. But
I called his name. And then I started screaming his name. And then I saw him floating face down. And my heart just stopped. I dragged him from the water. My friend helped me, I think. I don't even remember. He was so little.
So, and maybe she has a meaningful past, and maybe she's going to be a meaningful character in the future. What I'm feeling right now, because I don't know much about her, and she hasn't been around very long. Like, you guys might flame me for this, and that's fine. But just, okay, another sob story. I mean, everybody's had it rough. I mean, we didn't watch, but his dad died. I mean, he's at war. I don't know. Maybe I'm being cynical, but I'm just like, come on. Like, I don't care about your sob story. Let's get on to somebody I actually care about. Yeah, you guys might flame me for that. I don't know. I might deserve to be flamed for that. But I just, like, I've heard some sob stories that I cared about. The Imp, for example. Care about his story. Care about Arya, Sansa. You know, I guess I care about Robb. I don't know. It's just another sob story, another character. And maybe there is some deeper meaning that I'm supposed to care about, but I just, you know, go back to Khaleesi. Or, I don't know, Jon Snow. Let's move this thing along. So what happened was, last episode, they gave me action and craziness, and just, it was all up there. And now they had to reel it back in a little bit to, you know, make it a season instead of a one episode phenomenon or whatever, you know? So, like, and now I'm just like, come on, let's get to it. Let's get to the action. Come on. And that's not what this episode is. I mean, maybe it's more build up. Maybe, I mean, we still got 20 minutes left or so. Maybe there will be some action coming up. But, I mean, there's been some good parts of this episode as well. But I'm just not in the mood for another sob story from a character I don't care about yet, you know? I mean, she seems cool enough and all, but what good is going to come of this? Because Robb's not supposed to marry her. He can't. Like, he's betrothed to somebody else. So I don't know. I don't think this relationship is going to go anywhere. So I just don't really care. So, man, look at me being all negative. Sorry, guys. I am enjoying this series. Don't get me wrong. I'm still enjoying it. It's just, you know, gave me a taste of action and fast-paced movement, and then you're slowing it down, and I'm ready for more.
I hope it's a very beautiful bridge.
All right, so apparently I was wrong about this relationship not going anywhere. I mean, of course he doesn't want to marry this other girl. I mean, why would he? But come on, you got to be a king, not just this horn dog. Now you're being just like Greyjoy. At least they had a better build-up than Greyjoy. I mean, at least he's not banging his sister, so he's got that going for him. I guess I'm in a negative mood today, guys. Sorry. Jeez. Somebody needs to dislike this video. Just kidding. Everybody, somebody dislikes every video of mine.
That's a pretty important part, don't you think?
We have to trust him.
Trust him? You trusted him to fight with us and you set him free and he ran.
I want to go back to the kitchens.
Shut up. Stay here if you're afraid.
Yeah. How much do you want to bet those aren't real guards? That would be cool. But yeah, Arya's going to trust him. I like it. Bringing her friends along. Very good. I don't know where they'll head, though. But I guess away from danger is a good start. Arya's been, you know, she's been on the run before. So, cool. I hope they make it. Let's see. I wonder if those guards, like, I wonder if they're just put there. I don't know how he would have done that. Like scarecrows, you know what I mean? I don't know how he would have come up with that, but maybe. Let's see what happens. Those aren't no scarecrows, but they're not going to stop you either. Very nice. Very nice. Well, have a nice life. I don't know what I'm saying. But no, good for them. Getting out of captivity. Hopefully they do well. And hopefully they don't get recaught right away. But yeah, good for them.
But now I'm the rightful king by every law of Westeros. And when I sit the Iron Throne, you'll be my hand.
Your Grace. I pray us if you will.
I expect you'll be the first crabber's son to wear the badge.
Wow, very interesting. Very interesting indeed. Good to see the Baratheons again. See what they're up to. Stannis. I don't know. I'm still wondering where the lady in red is. She's just gonna pop up out of nowhere. But, wow. I'm ready for some war. I'm ready for some war.
If my Uncle Stannis lands on the shores of King's Landing, I'll ride out to greet him.
A brave choice, Your Grace. I'm sure your men will line up behind you.
They say Stannis never smiles. I'll give him a red smile. From ear to ear.
Yeah, good luck with that one. Good luck with that one. King Joffrey. Well, I mean, he's talking like he can... He's talking like a big fight, but he's just a little kid. I don't know.
Imagine Stannis' terror.
I am trying.
You're an intelligent man. I'd like to think I'm an intelligent man.
Oh, no one disputes that, my lord. Not even the multitudes who despise you.
I wish we could converse as two honest, intelligent men.
I wish we could, too.
What do you want? Tell me.
What do you want? I like it. It's a good question. What does he want? To serve and protect the realm. That's what he used to always tell Ned Stark. So, yeah, I don't know. I don't know. Ah, dragons. Are we going to get to see the House of the Undying now? Dragons!
They are my children. And they are the only children I will ever have.
This is a weird bestiality thing going on. Oh, man. So... Yeah, I mean... What is she without the dragons, you know? She lost a lot of men too, so she doesn't really have much going for her except the dragons. So I understand why she wants to go get him back, but she's just very sassy. And I don't think she is allowed to be sassy. I mean, obviously she is, but you know what I mean? It's kind of like, it's interesting because sometimes people that have nothing are the rudest, most aggressive people, and you just don't really understand why.
Killed them, burned them, and passed them off as little lots.
They mustn't know. Bran would blame himself.
They'll never hear it from me. The little lads have suffered enough.
Yeah, the little lads are awake and listening. They're alive though. Huzzah! But yeah, shame on the farmers' boys. But there they are. Man, I was really starting to believe they were dead. Huzzah! Very good. So are they down in the dungeons? I don't know. Wow. There you have it. Game of Thrones. Yeah, I might have been a little too negative this episode, but we'll talk. We'll talk. Right now, I'm going to go get some lunch. I will see you all in the next clip. Wrong button. All right, welcome to the end of the video. I've got some things to talk about here. So let's jump right into it. Some of the notes I made when I was editing. So Lord Greyjoy's sister, she seems to actually care a lot about him, even though she kind of picks on him. So that's not something, that's cool. I don't know why I wrote that down, but I mean, it's a good thing. You know, it's good when your family cares about you. Hopefully it doesn't lead to some incest thing. But regardless, she does seem to care about him. I did want to mention, you know, maybe I was a little too harsh on Catelyn Stark. I still don't know what she was thinking, but I think it's a death mission for the night that she sent with her, or with him, with Jaime Lannister. I really don't think it's going to work out the way she had hoped or planned. I don't think she really planned it, which I think is part of her problem. I don't think it was a plan necessarily. I think it was just kind of a knee-jerk reaction type of thing. I really don't think she thought through it. So I don't know. I just, yeah, I went hard on her last episode, so I'll try to be nice, but I don't think it's going to end the way she expects or wants it to. I just don't think that's going to happen. Also, holy cow, Bren and Rakan are still alive. That's crazy, because like when they first showed the bodies, I was like, no, they didn't, no, on last episode, but then they weren't in the episode at all until the very end. So I'm like, I guess they are dead, you know? I mean, it is what it is, but I figured they were actually dead. But no, it turns out they're still alive. They're just in hiding. So we will see what happens to them. I don't know. Considering Greyjoy wanted to bury the bodies, like, I don't know that he would actually, if he had the chance again, go and kill them. I just don't know. He definitely was feeding off of his men, and especially that one guy that was kind of helping him, showing him how to gain respect and stuff. He was definitely feeding off of them. So I don't know. It is what it is. Something I want to mention about King Joffrey. I mentioned earlier, I don't think he'd be a good fighter, but remember in season 1 where Arya fought off King Joffrey? So, I mean, he's pretty much doomed on the front lines if he's out there trying to fight. Like, he doesn't know how to fight. I mean, he lost to Arya, and that was pretty sure that was before Arya got any of her training. So, Arya lost to Arya, and that was before she knew what she was doing to an extent. So, also, well done to Arya with the escape. Very smart play by her to be able to name his own name. So then he was like, well, wait, unname me. And she's like, only if you let me escape. So, and then good for her for trusting him and leaving at midnight. I hope they get away. It's going to be dangerous for them, but hopefully they do end up escaping. I mean, they clearly escaped, but I hope they stay out rather than getting caught again. And also, I really hope that the imp, I hope he pulled it off with his sister, that he believes that that's his true love, the horror that she has. I really hope that plays off okay, because I don't want to see him get hurt with his actual girl. I don't want her to get hurt. So those are just some of my final thoughts. Also, I want to mention, I think I got a little hangry towards the end of the episode. I just hadn't had my lunch yet, and it was around 3 o'clock, and I was just getting grumpy, I guess, because I was pretty harsh on Rob and that girl that he was talking to. I came down pretty hard on the sob story. And apparently a relationship is blooming between the two. So I just, it wasn't that I didn't suspect that could happen. It was more the fact that I thought that King Rob was more kingly, I guess. I mean, you know what I mean? Because he has somebody that he's supposed to marry, so you would think he would not, I don't know, sleep with other people. I don't know, but I guess even his dad cheated on his wife even after they were married, so it's not unheard of or necessarily unusual per se. But I don't know. I just didn't think he would pursue some type of relationship with anybody because he knew that he had to marry this other girl. So that's kind of where I was coming from with that. As far as the sob story, I mean, I meant what I said. I'm not apologizing for it, but I mean, maybe I was a little rough. I don't know. I don't know. I think I was just a little hangry. So, But yeah, another good episode. I would have liked to see more of the House of the Undying, which we haven't seen yet. But overall, good episode. I enjoyed it. There was quite a bit to talk about. There's quite a bit of things that happened. Not as much action. Sounds like maybe towards the end of the season, next episode or the one after, maybe we'll get some battles, or at least see the results of the battles, if not the battles themselves. So, but yeah, overall pretty good. Going through the character list, Lord Greyjoy. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. It's a hard character to fully understand and grasp. Because I get where he wants to please his dad, but his dad also, I don't know if because he was Ned's hostage, so I don't know that he willingly gave up his son, but you know what I mean? He was gone for so long, and he wasn't even raised by his dad. So, I mean, I guess I understand wanting to please your father, but at the same time, his father seems unpleasable, so I don't know. I don't like that he's a little bit of a loose cannon, or so it seems. I mean, he's just really, everything he does is trying to impress somebody else. Either his men, or he's trying to impress his dad. So, I don't know. I just, it is what it is. So, Catelyn Stark. Man, I know I was hard on her, but I still, for whatever reason, I just really don't like her character. Great actress. I'm not, knocking her in any way, shape, or form. All of these actors and actresses are great. I haven't really seen anyone that I don't enjoy watching. I feel like they all do a really good job. I did mention in the episode, that I like going back to the Imp because there was usually some humor involved and the rest were all very serious. I mean, this is not a comedy. So, but it's good to have a little bit of comic relief when it's appropriate for the show. So I think that's one of the reasons I really like the Imp. And I'm so sorry, I'm terrible with names, but the guy that was cleaning his nails, the guy that's the leader of the guard, at the castle, he's got some good comic relief too. I really like the two of them together. I think they feed off of each other well, as actors and just as characters too. I think that's a lot of fun. So it's nice to have a little bit of comic relief. Again, I realize this is not meant to be a comedy. If anything, I guess it's a drama. I mean, it pretty much is a drama. And I don't mean that as a bad thing. I just mean it's very dramatic, action-packed, adventure type stuff. Maybe it's more of a fantasy, but I don't know. Regardless, it's nice to have a little bit of a break from the crazy seriousness. And then, so I really like him. I just think he's a great actor as well. I think he does a really good job. I am tempted to watch The Hunger Games, mainly just because the Imp is in the new movie. That actor. So I'm tempted to watch the new movie coming out in the fall, but only because he's in it. Otherwise, I probably would have just skipped it. So I don't know. I don't know if I'll go do it or not, but very tempted. Stannis Baratheon, we got to see a little bit of him. A little bit of build up with his character and stuff, but not much. I don't necessarily like that character, but I'm intrigued still, and I like to hear what he has to say. It was interesting to hear a little bit more about his background as far as how he feels like his older brother pretty much snubbed him, which he pretty much did, as far as he told him to hold this area, so he did, and then he told him to give it up, so he did, and then, he just listened to his brother, and he didn't really get anything out of it. So I don't know. It is what it is, but so it's just interesting to hear more about him. Lord Tywin Lannister, I kind of like him. I don't know, like he's going off to war against the wolf, going after the Starks, so that'll be interesting to see when they clash. But I do kind of like him. I do think he's evil too, but he just doesn't come across as a jerk. I don't know, like for example with the Lannisters. Let me see here. With, for example, Jaime Lannister, not necessarily Jaime Lannister, but Jaime Lannister's sister, right? The Queen, Cersei. So she just comes off as an asshole, right? Her dad doesn't really come off that way. I think he is an asshole, but he doesn't really seem like an asshole. And he treated Arya pretty good, not knowing who she was, but he treated her pretty well. So I do kind of like him. I'd like to see Lord Peter Baelish, see what he's up to. Lord Varys, interesting character. We're learning a little bit more about him as we go. So I think that's cool. But yeah, overall, good episode. I enjoyed it. Like I said, even when I'm hard on characters, I don't really think there's a bad actor or bad actress in this show. It's just the characters that I don't like sometimes, you know what I mean? So, I don't know. But yeah, overall, good episode. I'd say last episode was my favorite episode from season 2. This one, definitely not my favorite, but I mean, it was enjoyable. They did a good job. So, yeah, that pretty much wraps up my thoughts here, so I will let you all go. I do appreciate everybody watching, especially if you watched this far. If you have watched this far and you haven't subscribed, consider subscribing. We're working on getting that number up. So I appreciate anyone that, gives me the time of day and ends up subscribing to the channel. Leave a like if you did enjoy this video. And I will see you all next Thursday with a new Game of Thrones episode. Bye!